Hey guys! Hope you guys. Hello. So, today is day 26 of my 30 days of vlogging. I don't know what the heck that just was. And it's my son coming. Alright, so today, like I said on my Facebook Live, I put on earlier that I am going to be talking about standards. What are your standards? Okay. So, life, love, and business all. So, I'm kind of going to go over each one of those and how I feel, um, you know, for me personally, and I guess what everyone kind of should do is all right. So, we'll start with love, okay? Because this is kind of had a girlfriend and stuff. She's been dealing with stuff, and then I've actually had people talking to me about this before. So, what are your standards in love? Are you setting them high? Like, I've been told I have really high standards when it comes to who I want as a partner, and to me, that's not a bad thing. It really isn't, okay? So, the reason why I have those standards is what I've gone through and learned, okay? So, when you're setting a standard for yourself in love, life, and business, it's usually because something that you've learned and you've decided that you don't want that anymore, okay? So, my girlfriend, when she had gotten divorced and everything, and she had set standards, or at least what she would not take from something in another relationship. Okay, so she has been in a relationship, or on and off in a relationship, and she, how can I say it? Um, it was like she let her standards go, or she lowered them so that way the relationship would still be okay, you know? And to me, I'm like, wait a second. You have said to yourself and to me, even, that that is something that you did not want in a relationship. But unfortunately, and most people will lower their standards just one, if it's a love thing, to be in a relationship. I mean, really, to me, I think I mean, why would you want to be in something where you've already said that you don't want that? Because you know what's going to happen, right? That stuff is going to end up being the problem in the end. I mean, so, like for me, I do not want to be with someone who, one, cannot be loyal, can't be truthful or honest with me. Okay? That is my set standard. I will not accept anything less. Okay? When you accept less than that, those are things that are going to end up being a problem. You know, that's going to end up being a problem. So, why lower it when it's not even going to be like it's gonna affect the relationship anyways because it's something that's gonna bug you, right? Why? So you're accepting things that you've already said to yourself, and the standards that you set, okay, yeah, they're up here, okay, but you go down here just so you can be in a relationship, or just so you can feel happy about something, or anything like that. So the problem with that stuff is when you do that, it'll affect it down the line. Okay. And not only that, okay, so love, we're still in that kind of thing. If you go down and accept these things, how do you know that you may have missed out on the chance to meet that someone that actually fits your standards? You know, I mean, have you ever thought about that? And unfortunately, there are, and the whole well, I, I'm not good enough, or and so people will get into relationships just because they want to be in a relationship, so that way they can feel like they have something, or but then in a relationship like those, you're still not feeling good enough about yourself. One, you need to, as I've said many times, you need to find out who you are and what you want. If you don't know that, then that's just you're not being who you truly are in that kind of relationship. And or in life or in business. If you don't know what you want in life or in business, the same thing's going to happen. So that's where you need to set your standards and set them high. Okay? I have high expectations of who my partner is going to be. I have high expectations of what my life is going to be. Right now, it's not where I want it to be. But you know what? That's okay. I'm going to keep going for that because that is where I'm going to end up. Period. Relationship, life, and business. Same thing as business. Your business ain't going the same, or your job's not going where you want, or, that's, I get it. Job wise, business wise, I totally understand. People have to settle for what but the problem is when they just stay there just to be comfortable. Why not keep pushing? Why not keep growing? Why not change your mentality or your thought process in that to meet your standard? What your ideal job is, what your stuff is going to be. Why not keep moving, working forward to that? When you stop and lower your expectations, you'll be like, this is the best I'm going to do. That is the best you're ever going to do. And you're going to miss out on the opportunity that's up here. Really. Love, life. It just sucks. So I'm going to stay here. I want this up here. That's pretty cool. But down here, screw it. I'm comfortable here. I don't want to fight. I don't want to do all of this. I'm just going to accept this. Why? Why would you want this down here when this is possible? Yeah, you have to change. You have to grow and you have to learn to get there. Just like love. The standards that you set in love, those standards come from experience, just like life, just like business. That stuff happens. You learn those. You set those standards because you don't want that. I don't want a drunk. I don't want someone that drinks all the time. Why? Because my ex-husband was that way. And if you can't, to me personally, if you're a guy and you can't be without alcohol or make yourself feel good or anything, there's other shit that's going on that needs to be fixed. Okay? You're dulling it with alcohol. You're not who you're supposed to be with alcohol. Plain and simple. So one, if you're if you're single and you have standards, stick to your freaking standards. Don't lower them down just so you can have someone. And if you're afraid, if you are so afraid to be in a relation without a relationship, okay, that's a huge thing. To me, yes, I am single. Yes, I would like to find someone. Yes, the dating stuff. And unfortunately, the guys that I've talked to and all of that stuff, so far they've been cool, except for the one that I was kind of weird, but the thing is I am good with myself, and I know, yeah, I'm not meeting a lot, I actually read something, on one of the posts of friends on Facebook and stuff. She, I guess, is a matchmaker or something like that. It was really cool. I was going through her stuff, and it was saying who you date is who where you are at level wise. But the thing is I'm not really dating anyone. For the dating app and stuff like that. I've just tried to like people just to get, to get around people, and so I think I'm also need to take my own thing, I'm trying to expand my horizon in that area, but it really is. I know what I want. And honestly, I have not found it on there at all. I really haven't. And I don't know if it's just me wanting to go out and meet people and all of that stuff. I'm a social person, and unfortunately, I've been stuck in my house for almost 2 years because of the freaking back stuff. And so it's just, so yeah, I have stuff going on too, but I know deep down that my standards, I'm not going to start a relationship where I'm not like, okay, this is feels right for me. I'm not worried about this because it's at this level. I'm not going down here. I've learned that down here. I've been there. I was doing the comfy, don't want to change, don't want to grow, don't want to learn from this. I've done that. Why do I want to do? I am old enough to not freaking mess with that crap anymore. There's no point. And yes, I am older, so yes, it's like, will I find somebody? Yes, I know he's out there. I know my partner is out there. And yes, I know that he's not just gonna like what was it? The one of the things the saying said was a girl said, my friend on Facebook, she had a post on there. Women complain about not finding Mr. Right, but they stay home, and what do they expect Mr. Right to come break into your house? Which is funny as heck. I thought that was hilarious. But I'm also like, I know when it's like when I'm ready fully, I guess, because I know there's still things that I have to fix with myself before I'm fully ready to for him. I mean, I guess that sounds kind of weird, but I know I have growing to do still before we get together. So, as far as that goes, so yeah, don't lower your standards. The standards that you set are set for a reason. When you lower them, that's when you can end up in bad relationships or in situations in life or in business where you're just like, and you're like, I should have known because I didn't do this. Is exactly what I said I didn't want to do. Well, like I said, there's a reason why you set standards. Stick to those. Don't not follow them just because one, you're in a relationship of life, relationship just because you don't want to be alone. Being alone, when you're alone, you're actually able to discover who you are truly as a person. In life, if you lower your standards for your life, I mean, really, what are you going to do to grow that? I mean, the problem is when you take like accept less than what your expectation is or where you want to go with it, it's like you're giving up. There's more to life than the lower standards, what the bare minimum is that you want. There is that higher. And everyone can have that, but it's those people that will say, I'm not settling for anything less than what I like, my standards are, what I desire. And so when you do settle for less, that's when we get people that are unhappy with their life, their relationships, and their jobs. Yes, I understand in a world today that jobs and stuff like that, you have to, to make money, you're going to have to accept things that you're not going to want. But if you keep driving forward and pushing and learning and growing as a person, in your mentality and just your experience that you go through, you learn every day, and it's going to make you who you're going to eventually become in business, in life, or in love. So that is kind of my takeaway for standards. Don't lower your standards. Have high expectations. Take stuff that you've learned, been through, all of your experiences. There is a reason why we have crap happen to us, okay? We are like, that's how we grow as people, I mean, toddlers, when they fall or anytime they fall, or you don't want to always cushion. You want to learn those lessons and things like that. So when you fall as a child, or when you do something as a child, you learn from that, and that's what we do. All of our experiences are ways to teach us what we truly are going to end up wanting to be. Or what we're going to stand for, or what we're not going to stand for, or things that we accept and what we don't accept. And so stick to that. That's my thing for today. I hope it's not too deep, but I thought it was pretty good because I've seen too many people lower their standards just to be okay, either in life, love, or business. And when you do that, you're either going to end up a life where you're not happy, in a relationship where you're fighting and worrying and like stressed out over the things that you lowered your standards to, and in business, you just hate everything that you're doing. You're not trying to push higher. You're not trying to get to where you should be. So when you do that, when you lower your standards, unfortunately, you end up in that situation. So that's for me today. That's for me today from Keeping It Real with Jafer on my day 26 of 30 days of vlogging. I have enjoyed immensely vlogging with you guys. I appreciate all the support and your guys' comments, feedback, PMs, everything that I have gotten in the last 26 days. I appreciate it. So, if you guys don't mind, if you don't mind leaving comments, either topics, comments on what your guys' standards are, how you feel about that, I would appreciate it. And then don't forget to share so that way anybody else, so they can know that it's okay to have high standards and live by those standards. You don't have to lower your standards just to keep going. And then don't forget to subscribe, because that way you can know, it'll send you a notification when I do my next vlog, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. It's like 3 days left. Yeah, 4 days. Yeah. So thank you guys very much, and have a fantastic day, and I will see you tomorrow.